So I think we're just gonna work with this. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I've been a bit MIA for the last little bit. Kind of, you know, broke my ankle in 4 places when I went on a weekend trip to Fargo, and I have been busy dealing with that for the last little bit. So I wanted to do a updated Empties. I've been working on some products. I haven't been buying as much. Been focusing really on doing, using up a lot of products and stuff. So these are the last few products I went through this month, and I didn't start them at the end of the, I didn't start them at the beginning of the month. I just started them or completed them throughout the month. So this is just kind of an updated Empties. Oh, let me see if I can grab. So I did finish up a few products, mostly skincare, only a few makeup items, so it shouldn't be too long to kind of, it shouldn't be too long to blast through these. And let's get started. So I'm just going to pull them out randomly, no order. So I just finished my Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. This was the 8 fluid ounce, and I really like this. This was really hydrating, really nice on the skin. I used to shit on them, and it just is a nice spray, especially for the cost. I do have some minis I'm working on, and then I think I will go ahead and repurchase. But I really liked it. Another skincare product that I used up was the Black Tea Kombucha Facial Essence from Fresh. This I received in gratis when I worked at Sephora, and I really liked it. It was really hydrating, really nourishing, plumping. I really like putting this on before my serum, and I really found it helped kind of kept the hydration in the skin and that. I would repurchase it, but I'm working on the Tatcha Essence right now, so I'm going to finish that and then kind of go from there. Another skincare product I used up, this one I mostly used this month, was the Honey Drop Moisturizer from Pharmacy. This was a really nice moisturizer. I really liked it. It was lightweight, but because I use a lot of oils on my skin and I use a lot of serums and essence and facial sprays and stuff like that, my skin has been doing really well, and I haven't been having to use such a thick and heavy moisturizer. And going into the summer, that's awesome, and I would definitely repurchase this. I really liked it. You know, it didn't irritate my eczema, it didn't cause me to get any redness. It was just a really nice moisturizer. Another product I used up, well, this one I didn't really use up. This one I made a concoction of 2 face powders, both from the Maybelline Fit Me. This one is in 130 Buff Beige. The other one I believe is in 230 Golden Beige. And just, there was half and half of each left, and I just repressed them into the one, and you will see that in my project pan that's going to be coming out. And I just want to use them up. I did like them for a time being, the Fit Me powders. I don't love them for a drugstore. I prefer the Wet n Wild, the baked, oh, what is that one? The, they have the Photo Focus, that line. I really love that powder, and I feel like that looks a lot more nicer on my skin, especially because I'm a little bit more dry. And yeah, I can't wait to use that up. I went through some brow products. I finished up my Benefit Goof Proof brow pencil in the shade 4. I currently use the shade 5 right now, but I might go back to 4. I recently colored my hair again, so it's a little bit darker. But I really like the Goof Proof. It is such a nice, like, great product to fill up the brows. You can't even swatch it. I have absolutely none left, and it really filled them. The only thing I have a bit of an issue with the Goof Proof is really defining my front hairs. It's great for filling in the rest of my eyebrow, but the front hairs I always find to look a little too blocky when I use this, so I kind of have to be very gentle or really get on a sharp edge with it to really define them. But other than that, I really, really love the Benefit eyebrow products. Another product I used up was the Kat Von D Signature Brow. Again, a lot of controversy with Kat Von D. I love this eyebrow pencil, but I do not support Kat Von D anymore. So I'm just using up the products I had in my collection, and I'm really sad to see this one. You know, I really do love it, but I do not support Kat, and it really breaks my heart because I've loved her for years. I loved her. She was one of the first few people I got into makeup with, and it's just kind of, you know, personal decision to it's a personal decision to no longer support her. But I really did love this eyebrow pencil and some of her products. This was in the shade Walnut. This is what I have in my brows today, and they just give it such a like microbladed needle kind of defined look, and I really did love it, but I will not be repurchasing. Another product, I'm so happy I used this up. Oh my god. This Benefit What's Up was in a birthday gift from Sephora years ago, and I was bound and determined to use it up, and I really, really do enjoy the What's Up. The only thing is, because I get darker in the summer, it looks very ashy on my skin as a highlight. So I really did like this for kind of springtime, and I really focused on that. I would use it underneath. I would use my foundation. I would use it on top. I would blend it into my like brow bone, all over the eye, just to kind of use it up. And I'm so happy to say it's done. I'm ready to try other cream highlighters, but I really do like that one, and maybe later on I would repurchase. Another pharmacy product I used up was the Honey Potion Renewing Antioxidant Hydration Mask. This was really nice too, except this one can be very harsh sometimes on sensitive skin, as in meaning if I'm having an eczema flare-up. If I'm having an eczema flare-up, no way, no bueno, not gonna work. This was great though. It even smells good. Like, it's not super scented or anything, but it really did help hydrate the skin. It has a warming sensation. It's creamy, and it really does feel really great on the skin. I just have to be careful of the times I do use it, and other than that, I would definitely repurchase. It's something I really did end up enjoying on my good skin days. Another product I had to be careful with using with my skin when it was a little bit more sensitive was the TLC Framboos Glycolic Night Serum from Drunk Elephant. I use a lot of Drunk Elephant products, and I have such love for Drunk Elephant, but I just have to be careful with this one because it can be irritating, especially I get eczema patches on my upper lip here and around my mouth. It can burn, like it burns, it dries out and burns my skin, and I have to be careful when I'm using this. But other than that, when I'm having bad skin, when I'm having good skin and things aren't really irritating it, I can use this. I can use this every night, and it's beautiful. It is a really great product for helping with texture and pores and everything, and I do use this. I just have to be very careful and switch it out of my skincare routine so it doesn't irritate it. And I would definitely suggest this for anybody with some texture or fine lines or pores, or it really does do the job, and I love using different acids to help with texture. Another product I used up, really didn't take me that long, was the L'Occitane Amande hand and nail cream. This was just a mini, and I used this up like within a week. My mom gave this to me, and this was just kind of hanging out in her collection, and she's like, here you go, use it. And I did. It was okay. Like, it did help hydrate my hands, but I have eczema on my hands, so my hands are always dry, always cracked. I really prefer my Caudalie one more so than this one. Another product I used up was the Boscia Charcoal Pour Pudding. This I got in a Point Perk, and you get a lot in these. I was really surprised. And it's just a black and white swirled kind of mask, and I found this really did help like clear out my skin when it's kind of freaking out with like texture and acne and a bit of that. And it didn't dry it out. I find a lot of charcoal can dry out my skin because it's already more on the dry side. So this really did help keep it a little bit hydrated, but also keep the pores and acne at bay. And I would definitely go out and purchase it. I just have so many masks right now, I can't be bothered to go do it. But in the future, when I'm going and repurchasing a few masks, then yeah, I would definitely consider this one. Now, I have two products that are not empty, but they have gone bad, and it's my own fault. But those two products that I have, one I will be giving back to Mac, of course, but it is the MAC Soft Ochre Pro Longwear Paint Pot, and everybody and their mother talks about this paint pot. The only thing I found with this paint pot, it's too light. My skin tone is too dark to be using this, and why in my mind I thought, oh, a matte light tone paint pot is what I want. I don't know. I definitely bought this because of Casey Holmes years ago, and I used a little bit of it. Like, I used a good chunk of it. There is quite a bit of a dip in it, but it's gone bad. It doesn't have the same creaminess as before, so I will be putting this in my Back to Mac collection, which I have so many Back to Mac products because I never think to go to Mac. And my last product that is not empty but definitely has gone bad is the Sephora Taunt Infusion Ethereal Natural Finish Foundation. This, I think, was to mimic the YSL foundation that was out before. It was a beautiful foundation, but it was too... If the angle changed, my camera shut off on me, so I had to restart you guys again. I was finishing up talking about my last product, the Sephora Taunt Infusion Ethereal Foundation. Like I was saying, it's just it was a very light coverage, very sheer, buildable. I could put this with moisturizer or a primer, or just wear it on its own, use a brush, my fingers. I prefer my fingers with this, actually, because it gave it more of a natural finish. And I just really, I did enjoy it, but it's gone bad, so this will be going in the trash. And that concludes my empties. That is what I used up this month of June. I am going to try and be doing this more on a regular basis rather than, you know, a half an hour of frickin' empties, because it just takes way too long to edit, and I want to be accountable more for what products I'm using rather than just, you know, having them sitting around collecting dust and going bad. As you can tell, I'm not going through all my products, so I'm really trying to focus, and that's why my next video will be a project pan. Yay! My first project pan. So that will be going up in a little bit as well. I'm gonna probably edit or film that today as well, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. You can click all my links down below if you want to follow me, and yeah, have a great weekend. Bye.